This week on the Strangeplay News Recap Show, we talk about the problem with being internet famous, the problem with public proposals, and the problem that EA has with Belgium's new law on loot boxes. Hello and welcome to Strangeplay. I'm Rick.
I'm Simon.
And this is our news recap for Sunday, the 16th of September. Now, for those of you that are new here, what we do on this show is each and every Sunday we go over about 3 or 4 of the biggest gaming news stories of the past 7 days, give you the facts, and then share our opinions. So to start, what have we got?
Okay, we've got quite a dangerous story to begin with. During his September 11th stream, Guy, DrDisRespect Beam, abandoned his stream after he disclosed that someone had just discharged a weapon towards his property. Beam, who plays the over-the-top professional gamer character, returned to the stream clearly shaken and without his trademark wig and shades. He went on to broadcast. I've got to end the broadcast right now. Someone shot at our house. Broke the upstairs window. This is the second shot. Someone shot yesterday. Someone shot yesterday at our fucking house. And someone shot again right now. It connected with the house upstairs, right? You're driving by, right, you pussy? I gotta stop the stream. After that, Beam understandably ended his stream. It's understood that authorities are currently investigating the shooting, which nobody was physically hurt. Beam's Twitch page was updated with this message after the incident. Doc and family are safe, proper measures are being taken while stream is down for the day. So, yeah, someone was shot at because he's a famous Twitch streamer. That's a bit dubious.
It's fucking horrible is what it is.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. And it sucks that that's a danger that people who put themselves out there like that have to deal with.
I was just going to say, you look at the big YouTubers, the Philip DeFrancos, the H3s, the Boogies, and the people that are front and centre of YouTube. They have to put up, well, I'm saying they have to put up with this shit. They have to put up with people coming to them and either hassling them or just being starstruck or whatever.
Yeah. Coming
to their front door and knocking, you know, and expecting to fucking have a one-on-one or whatever. And it's like, it's totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
There's a barrier there for a reason. Like, I'm sure that the people that are YouTube stars and Twitch stars like meeting their fans, but you have to have some downtime. Like, you can't be on office hours 100% of the time. And especially this, you have fired a gun, same as me. And one of the first things that they tell you, or at least one of the first things I was told, is anything you point the gun at, you are intending to kill. So, even though they're just pointing at his house, there's still a chance that someone downrange is gonna fucking catch a piece of lead. It's just so fucking irresponsible.
Like, it's fucking stupid is what it is. It's infuriating because, like, you mentioned fans and stuff. Fans are one thing. It's fine to be a fan of someone, to interact with someone. But then you get the obsessives, and then you just get the fucking psychos. And the thing is, like, it's different now. Things like this. You used to hear about, like, actors and stuff getting stalkers and shit like that. And it was, like, very, like, isolated incidents. The stuff like this happens all the fucking time to YouTubers and Twitch streamers.
There was a guy that got swatted and killed. It's fucking balmy.
That's the thing. Swatting happens all the fucking time. I think it was Meg Turney and her husband. I can't remember what the fella's name is. But they had their house invaded while they were in the house. And had to hide in a cupboard and ring the police. Because a fan found out where they live. We live in like a digital age now. It's so fucking easy to find anyone's address and anyone's personal information and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people who make money, like, again, using Philip DeFranco as an example, H3 as an example, people can start to do things in studios now. And they do, because it's a lot fucking safer to have all your personal contact information and stuff aimed at an office than it is your fucking house.
Earlier this year, someone came into Philip DeFranco's office, just walked in off street to see him. And they were like, well, this is fucking... Actually, was that on a recording session as well? I think it might have been. Just walked right in. And it's like, whoa, this is...
Yeah, and the thing with that is, as scary as that is, imagine if he was still making that show from his house, where he has his wife and 2 children.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
Yeah, it's It's fucking terrifying is what it is. It's the kind of story that you look at and you're like, yeah, we're a small channel. We don't have to worry about this at the moment, you know, if ever. But it's the kind of thing that puts you off going, do I really want to put myself out there? Because this shit happens. And this isn't an isolated incident. One of my guilty pleasures is YouTube drama. I fucking love watching scares. I absolutely fucking love it. It's like my EastEnders on my Coronation Street.
Right.
And it happens so often that you hear stories of, oh, some fans went to these people's house. And then you get these dickheads like the fucking Paul brothers who are basically like, this is where our house is. Like, inviting that shit. And that itself's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't caught, like, serious danger for that. They've got a lot of haters.
Yeah, like, they've had people invading. They've had people walking across their fucking roof and stuff.
It's so fucking dangerous. Like, just use some common sense.
This isn't something that anyone should have to deal with.
This whole thing, if you see people out the street and you recognise them, hey, go up and say hello. I'm sure they'll be fine with that, but don't go to their fucking house, you psychopath.
Even if you see people you recognise on the street, maybe assess the situation before you go and say hello. I've seen people, and I'm like, oh, there goes that person who I'm a really big fan of getting on with their day. I will leave them to it. Because people don't want to be harassed all the fucking time.
That's it. Well, yeah, I had a sort of a similar thing with, the film, a lot of TV stuff up here in Leeds. And at one point, you could go into Leeds and pretty much every time you go in, you'd see an Emmerdale actor. Even like on nights out. And they just get left alone. I hope they didn't get as much shit. I just fucking leave them alone because fucking, they've got enough on the plate. They don't need me fucking coming up and jabbering at them.
Just because someone's job is in the public eye, they don't owe you anything. Don't treat people like they do. And don't get abusive when they don't fucking stop eating their dinner for you to sign autographs or take photographs or something. And don't fucking shoot at people's houses, you absolute twat.
The way that you delivered that, it sounded like you knew the person. Like they'd be tuning in to us directly. It's like, I hope they reassess their fucking life things. Or just hand themselves in. Come on, don't be a fucking prick.
Yeah, I'm just glad that the doctor and his family are fine, because they've had some trouble this year anyway. As a family, they've been dealing with some shit. And now someone's shooting at their fucking house? It's like, what the fuck, man? It makes me angry, dude. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with people?
What we got next? Something a bit lighter?
No, we haven't got anything lighter at all. And I wish we fucking did. So, this next story comes from Eurogamer. And there's a bit of a setup to it. So back in May, a lad called Tyler Schultz tweeted Insomniac to ask if they could help him propose to his girlfriend. He'd been with her for 5 years. And he just wanted like an Easter egg added to the new Spider-Man game as a marriage proposal. Something saying, like, Madeline, will you marry me? So Insomniac agreed, and they added the proposal on a cinema. You know the boards outside cinemas that tell you what's playing?
Yeah, the wires that they hang letters off.
Yeah, they added it to that, and it just read simply, Maddie, will you marry me? Now, it was a nice gesture, but it didn't really go as planned. So Schultz himself explained in a vlog that Maddie and himself actually broke up several weeks before the game's release. Yeah. So Jacinda Chu, Insomniac's art director, caught wind of the news on Twitter and whatnot. It blew up, it went a bit viral. And she actually offered to change the sign and add it in a future patch. So Schultz has been talking to her, and it looks like they've settled on, at least according to him, like a dedication to his deceased grandmother as a way of rectifying it. Now, this is a weird one because everyone's been going, oh, poor Tyler. What a horrible thing to happen.
He sounds like a psychopath to me, if I'm being honest.
Apparently, someone actually reached out to Maddie for a statement. And it doesn't paint him in a good light.
Oh, well, what a surprise.
Like, apparently they were having issues. They got together when they were 15. So they were only 20 at this point.
Right.
They got together when they were 15. They ended up living together at her parents' house soon after due to circumstances which put a strain on the relationship. But they kept going. And apparently she said to him, like, they've been having issues. She said to him, you've got a year to turn it around.
Right.
And this was his idea of turning it around, just the proposal which she didn't want. And the fact that it was in a video game, she doesn't like video games.
Oh, wonderful. He
does, and she watches him play them because she wants to support him doing something that he enjoys.
Yeah, of course you do. It's a give and take thing, isn't it, in a relationship? We all do it.
So that's dodgy as well. And putting something like this into an actual game is kind of shitty. Like, we hear about proposals and like developers helping people propose, because you get the one guy who contacted Gearbox and said, I want to propose to my girlfriend, and they actually created a little video for him with Claptrap dropping the question.
Yeah, it wasn't in the game though. We're isolated. It wasn't in the game.
It was an isolated thing. You also get the people who met on Destiny. I think Bungie actually made like a little...
like a loot drop on it or something.
Yeah. And, you know, then you see people who will get their partner's favourite game and mod the game and then be like, oh, you should play this. And then when they're playing it through again, there's a little message or a new room or something. That shit's fine. But when something's public... like, I'm not a fan of public proposals. I think they're cringy, and I think it puts a lot of pressure on the person being proposed to. Because when you're being proposed, or like when you're proposing to someone, like, if you're going to do it outside, do it in private, on a beach, or while you're going for a walk, or, you know, something that just means something to you guys. When you get an audience of people and then do it in front of them, that's just putting unnecessary pressure on your partner. And, you know, if it's something that you've spoken about, then just do it. So as an isolated incident, I think this would have been fine. You know, saying, oh, can you put this in? They put it in as a nice little Easter egg. That's fine. But when it didn't happen, the fact that they then made a vlog of it and felt the need to sit and explain this thing that the majority of players wouldn't have found. I've just played through Spider-Man. It's the first game I've ever got a platinum on, right? I fucking love that game. I scoured every inch of the map, but didn't find that thing, so I didn't give a shit. So I wasn't looking for it. You know? A lot of people wouldn't have found it, but it's now been pulled into the public eye, and it's a bit of a mess.
See, I take umbrage with all this stuff. You just covered it a little bit there with public announcements and just pushing the boat out, trying to one-up people on their proposals. Like, I can understand it. If you put a lot of work into something and it's your work, then that's fantastic. You fucking knock yourself out. But to put it in a position where there's a lot of people watching, I think that's super fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Because you're using the audience as leverage to bring other people in it as well. Like, if someone said to us, hey, Strangeplay, can you help me propose to my girlfriend or boyfriend? I'd be like, fuck off. Do it face to face. Like, it's not our fucking position to do that. It's not Marvel's position to do it. It's not Bungie's position. Like, this is the thing. You've got to fucking nut up and realise if you want that, you go do it. You don't be fucking a little coward about it and try and offload it to someone else. It's your situation to take a hold of. So, yeah, you can fuck off with that shit. I hate it. I hate the grandstanding. I hate that there's like this one-upmanship with proposing. Just fuck off with it. Like, face to face, will you marry me? On your own, not with a fucking audience, and that's it. That's what it should be. Like, I always get a bit cringy when you see these things. It's just, it sort of disgusts me a little bit. And I think to try and plan something out like this, especially when the game wasn't finished, like months and months away, he comes across as a bit of a creep. Like, even before the stuff that you told me, he don't come across well. I think this guy's an absolute twat for not only wasting the people's time at Marvel, but also sort of trying to peer pressure and then coming out and going, no, poor me, no, she left me. No, fuck off, mate. Dickhead.
Yeah, so I wish them both the best. You know, I hope that in their new lives doing separate shit that they're happy. But yeah, what's next?
We're back in the fucking mire of loot boxes, Rick.
Alright, I quit. Alright, this has been depressing as
No,
fuck.
we can't fucking quit.
Simon, I want to quit.
No, I'm dragging you through this. This is important shit because it might be the end of it. Well, in one country anyway. So, the loot box investigations have reached a new high in Belgium, where the government has launched criminal investigations against EA after they've refused to alter FIFA and the randomised card packs that now fail to comply with the country's gambling laws.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, they're not going to bend the knee.
EA, not the government. I'm with Belgium on this. Jesus Christ.
If you've not been following, Belgium has come down hard on loot boxes in games, citing that they infringe on the country's laws in regards to gambling. Several games saw this shot across their bows as a threat and altered or withdrew aspects of gambling to comply with the legislation of Belgium's courts. Despite other developers and publishers running scared, EA has decided to stand up to Belgium, and as a result is now subject of a criminal investigation under the Brussels Public Prosecutor's Office. If it finds EA to be in the wrong, the case will go to court. Belgium's Gaming Commission considers loot boxes to be a game of chance, and because real money can be spent on these digital items, they flout the rules set by the BGC. In short, the same as illegal. EA, of course, thinks that what they're doing isn't gambling, and thinks that the loot boxes in FIFA, and to an extent their other games, are developed and implemented ethically and lawfully around the world. They do not agree with that their loot boxes could be considered as any form of gambling. They see it as, since players always receive a bare amount for their money, and because there's no way to cash out, either in virtual or real world money, that there's no laws that are being broken. So, yeah, there's a bit of a face-off here, Rick. What do you think?
Yeah, of all the fucking companies to have the goal to go up against the country, it's going to be EA, isn't it?
It is. God, they're so
It's like, no,
stupid.
fuck your rules, bruv. We ain't gambling. We're like panini stickers and Pokemon cards.
I think the funniest thing is where they say that ethically and lawfully implemented. It's like, no, they're fucking not. You've made it grindy as fuck. This is the thing. EA's games are grindy as fuck when it comes to earning currencies for these loot boxes. And you can sort of extend that to a lot of games where anything that you can buy for money, like, you just don't get them fast enough. Like, people have been complaining about 2K's new NBA game.
Oh, Jesus
which is
fucking Christ.
It's just ridiculously fucked. Which, coincidentally, 2K has also sort of boxed against Belgium's government. They've complied to the ruling, but they're not happy about it because, of course, they're not fucking happy about it. They've built their game from the ground up to
extort money.
Yeah, basically, it's a fucking protection racket on your game.
It's a pay-to-win simulator, is what it is.
Yeah, and with FIFA, it's exactly the same. The Ultimate Team stuff is pay to win. There's no way that you can fucking knock a team together in 1 year and have fucking Ronaldo and Messi and all the other fucking the big players that are well coveted. So, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I hope that... Well, I know that Belgium are going to take them to the courts because they've already said that it's flouting the rules.
I hope Belgium take them to the fucking cleaners.
I think this could go one of either way. Belgium either win, and it's basically like, oh, fuck. Okay, right, we're going to have to change the way that we do things. Or if EA win, that'll be super detrimental to gaming as a whole.
Yeah, depending on who wins, loot boxes are going to go one way or the other.
Yeah, it's going to be a winner-takes-all scenario.
Yeah.
And even if I think if Belgium wins, I think what'll happen is EA will try and circumvent it by... We've talked before about China and their loot box things with Overwatch where they basically sold you currency instead.
Yeah.
To try and circumvent the laws. So they're still doing the thing that they're not meant to be doing, but the way that they're doing it is slightly different. It's like...
Well, that's how it is in like NBA, isn't it? You buy in-game currency and then use that currency to buy in-game loot boxes. But because you're not technically spending money on the loot boxes, it's fucking stupid.
Doesn't Japan have a really weird way of dealing with gambling as well? Like, I know in the Pokemon games, they sort of represented by... You have the slots, but you have to buy prizes. But the prizes can be sold for real money or something. I don't know if that's fucking real.
I couldn't tell you.
They're not going to give up because this is the thing. They make so much money from the... like, if they're back down here, other countries are going to go, oh, hang on a minute, what's fucking going on over in Belgium? Hang on a minute, they've backed down. They're they've said that that's gambling. Oh, hang on a minute, we should maybe take a look at this. Because if they say it's gambling, and EA have backed down, then it's gambling. Like, they've admitted. So, I mean, it's a catch-22 for EA, because either they back down and they're admitting it's gambling, or they don't, and they end up fucking losing. Like, they're betting the fucking farm on this court case.
They should have just fucking complied.
Yeah, well, that's the common sense thing to do, but they are making bank off these fucking things, and hey, paying the fines and stuff is probably going to be cheaper than the profit that I've made. So
yeah, that's true.
It's interesting to keep an eye on this thing though, because as it happens, as a blow for blow thing, it's going to unwind. Like, they're going to come out with these ridiculous statements that, there's no way to cash out, and people go, well, no, actually, you can do this. And there's just loophole built upon loophole upon loophole.
Yeah,
they're fucking gambling. That's the fucking short of it. And no amount of clever wordplay or fucking jumping through hoops is gonna masquerade that. So yeah, fuck off here, you sack of cunts.
Hopefully this will be the first step on a ladder that sees, if not the obliteration of loot boxes, definitely a reduction or
just a neutering. A neutering would be nice.
But that's it for this week's news recap. If you'd like to talk to us about any of the stories that you mentioned, then please feel free to leave a comment below or talk to us over at Twitter at StrangePlayUK or join our Facebook group at facebook.com/StrangePlayUK. You can also join our Discord server, invite link in the description. Also, if you like this video or like what we do on the channel, please feel free to give us a like and a subscribe. Share the video with your friends, it helps us grow and we really do appreciate it. But until next week, thank you very much for watching and we will see you then.
I've got an announcement to make.
Yeah?
Maddie, would you marry me?